Hello, hello. I see you, Brad.
See me?
I
Woo!
see you.
My office.
There it is. There's the workstation. Nice.
Let's see if I can get mine turned on here. Let's see.
Oh.
There we are. Just had to adjust a
People
little
promise
bit.
that they're going to peel back the curtain and show you what it's really like, but they're not really telling you the truth. They don't do this.
Oh, yeah?
Yes,
Look at this. Look at this mess on my filing cabinet.
Oh, that's
there.
a sweet
Wow.
chair. I love that chair.
It's my new
That's
chair.
dope.
Herman Miller. It's my new chair.
Nice.
Yes, but do you have a purple wall?
Ooh. Ooh. I got you guys
Don't.
both beat. I swear I'm gonna you guys aren't even gonna believe what I'm gonna pull out of my bag of tricks.
Let's see it.
Alright, hold on.
Let's see.
Barbie Dream House. I'm storing Christmas gifts over here. Santa's Christmas gifts are getting stored here.
So he says. So he says. Christmas gifts. That's a gift for yourself, isn't it?
It is. I can't wait to play with it. I'm gonna have such a good time. I'm gonna set it up over here at the office so everybody can see right on this desk over here.
Well, I think, should we just get going here?
I think we should, yeah.
All right.
I'm really excited to share with everybody what we got here tonight. Let's turn the webcams off and let's get down to business because I know everybody's here to get down to business.
That is correct.
We don't do business on the webcam.
No. That's a whole different traffic method.
Oh, man, I'm going to turn the slides over to Brad. Or does he already have them?
I have them. I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay, here
Turn it
goes.
over. I'm pretty sure I can handle the responsibility.
Okay, I just totally lost everything here. Waiting to view Brad's screen. There we are. I can see it.
So can I.
Okay, everyone watching this, if you can see the screen, if you can hear everything, please go over to your chat box where it says type message here and put the number 1 in there. Give us a little bit of feedback so we know.
All right, good. We're getting lots of ones. And 1,
All right.
Jim 1, Mary 1,
Yep.
Jerry 1, Bill 1.
All right, well, let's get on with this here. So, everyone, I'm Pat Flanagan. I'm here for Richard Madison, and welcome to everyone who's watching today. You're going to discover something really awesome because this is something you can take action on, and it's going to make sense. It's not one of these stupid, idiot loopholes that's only going to work for a week, etc. Anyway, before we get into that, I want to say a few words about the 2 guys you're going to meet here in case you don't know Brad and Anthony. So Brad Goss, I've known Brad since, what is it, about 1999 or so?
Yeah, I think we met in 98, 99 in Vegas.
Yeah. And then you introduced me to Anthony about 6 years ago. You said you had someone really important for me to meet who was also a great guy, and you were correct on both points. And since then, all of us, we've worked together in various ways on a ton of different projects, large and small. But besides your friendship, here's what I like the most about you guys, and this is what I want everyone watching this to know. You guys are both absolute geniuses at finding ways of generating traffic that no one else is using, and it's stuff that nobody's talking about. But you guys aren't afraid to talk about it, and that's what's really cool. And, like I said earlier, you guys look for the consistent traffic methods, not shady loopholes, not anything garbage like that. So what everyone watching this is going to discover here is real, and it's something that's going to last. And like I said, as I'm sure you can see from the pictures of Brad and Anthony here, this is going to be an entertaining presentation. It's not going to be dry. You'll want to stick around. You'll want to watch this because it's going to be fun too. These are 2 really funny guys, but don't let that fool you you're going to discover something serious here that can really help grow your business. So I'm going to step back. I'm going to let Brad and Anthony take over. You guys, looks like you're ready to go, and have at it.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for having us here tonight, Pat and Richard. This is Anthony Aries talking right now, and I have the good fortune of knowing Mr. Pat Flanagan. We've worked on a couple of projects together, and also the good fortune of knowing Mr. Brad Goss. And I know Pat Flanagan because of Mr. Brad Goss. Brad introduced me to Pat in Vegas a few years back. We were hanging out in one of Brad's badass suites over at which one was it? Was it the Wynn or was it Encore, Brad?
Encore.
Was it
Encore? Yeah, it was Encore.
Or was it Trump?
No, I think that was Encore.
Okay, been so many times, I don't know.
Yeah, and Brad introduced me to Pat, and I've been working with Pat since, and so these two guys mean a lot to me because I've done really, really well in my internet marketing career because of them. So y'all are really fortunate to also be a part of Richard and Pat's list and be here tonight because what Brad has to share with you is going to blow your mind. I've always enjoyed working with Brad. I've always enjoyed learning from Brad. Brad has coached me a lot of times through a lot of different situations in my past. So, it's just we got something really good here for you. You're going to see how Brad, something that Pat said that was really important. This is a sustainable method. And I just want everybody to understand that Brad has built a huge clip art business from this method. How many years now have you been driving traffic this way to Vector Tunes, Brad?
7 years since I've been doing it since the start, just content marketing with Vector Tunes. But really, the last 9 months to a year has been when I figured out how to really explode on the method and just increase it exponentially.
Yeah. So I know everyone's excited to learn about this, right? I mean, sustainable traffic method that generates free eyeballs into the millions every month, right? Give me some yeses, for being excited to be here, and I'm going to turn it over to Brad, and he's going to go over a couple of things with you real quick, and then he's going to turn it back over to me. Now, I know that a lot of this stuff sounds crazy, too, while y'all are telling me that you want to learn how to do this. I know that this sounds crazy, and you're probably like, man, Anthony, you sound crazy, fool. But listen, if y'all stick with me for the next 30 to 45 minutes, you're going to be telling me that this sounds crazy reasonable. Okay? I promise. Brad, take it away. Tell folks about your business, Vector Tunes.
So, in a nutshell, Vector Tunes sells stock images to people who, do T-shirt printing or merchandise like coffee mugs or, sign shops, people doing flyers for, printed for small business, postcards, you name it. We've sold our art to just about anybody, and some of our customers include, Starwood Hotels, Ford Motor Company. We've got a really big roster of high-profile clients. American Airlines is one of our clients. So we sell a lot of custom cartoon art, and we sell a lot of pre-done clip art, we call it. So it's like pre-made. You're searching for a picture of a guy on a phone, and we've got it, and you just buy it and you download it and you use it instantly. So we're in the art business essentially, which is actually one of the hardest businesses to be in because there's a lot of free content out there and everything else. But we've built a nice little boutique business, and we get about 5 million monthly viewers from Pinterest. We get millions of viewers from Facebook and Twitter and from YouTube, and then Google itself drives about 80% of my traffic. So Pinterest is actually, this is my Pinterest account screen that I'm showing you here. Pinterest is a smaller traffic source than Google, but it's easily my top social traffic source. And the reason I'm showing this one as opposed to Google or anything else is because Pinterest is probably the most underserved traffic source. A lot of internet marketers ignore Pinterest. They say, I can't be bothered with it. It's actually the best converting social platform. So out of any traffic I drive, if it's coming from Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, any of the other sort of tangential networks, the conversion rates are always lower than they are from Pinterest. Pinterest drives real buyers to the door, which is why I like Pinterest. But so tonight I'm going to kind of focus in on the Pinterest side of it, but the strategy that I'm going to show you works on all social platforms. Pinterest just seems to resonate the best with it, so we're going to focus on that, but it works across all platforms. So this is my Pinterest account. You can check it out yourself to verify all my numbers are true. I have about 400,000 pins in my Pinterest account. I'm going to show you how we do that. And then I get about 5 million monthly viewers from them right now, and that number changes. In fact, if we look at 2017, my average daily impressions was about 200,000 people. And if you fast forward to the same month, during the same month, years later, I'm at 1.386 million daily impressions, 273,000 average daily viewers. So, if we look at impressions, it's up about 6 or 7x. If you look at average daily viewers, it's up about 5 times what it was 5 years ago, or sorry, 1 year ago. And so I'm going to show you what I've done to go from where I was a year ago to where I am now. And really, most of it's been done in the last 4 months. But this just kind of gives you an idea of the type of growth I've been experiencing using this method. 5x growth over a year is just phenomenal. And Anthony, I'm going to let you take it over.
Yeah, and listen, we totally get it, right? Like, a lot of you think that, we just woke up one day, maybe you thought, whoa, these guys just arrived at Brad having millions of visitors and Pat doing really well and me doing well in my business. But we want y'all to understand this is true. We didn't just wake up and have all this success. We get the struggle. We both have been broke, living on couches. In fact, Brad was living in a storm drain for a little bit, right? And we get it. We've tried, right, Brad?
Yeah, absolutely, I did. I did.
You should pull up a picture of that one of these days so we can show people. And we've tried everything from paid traffic to flipping websites, even YouTube. And we've lost millions in stocks, real estate, and we've even tried a few MLMs. Not going to name any names, right, Brad?
Nope.
Now, a lot of people get wrapped up in the whole franchise business and wanting to start a franchise. And if you think about it, it's pretty crazy to start a franchise. If you look at how much capital you need, it's too much money, right? You need a lot of money to get a franchise going. It's too much work. Crazy hours.
The crazy hours is the part that's where I'm out of any franchise. It's the part where I know people who own, coffee shops, and they're like, oh, I'm in there at 5 o'clock every weekend because some kid didn't show up to open the shift or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And what we're going to do is we're going to reveal a system that's going to allow you to discover how Brad does it for generating limitless traffic and links to his site. And once Brad saw this, his gut told him that was it. He could finally build a sustainable autopilot traffic system. And this type of autopilot content marketing just makes sense because social media platforms and Google need it to thrive. Without them, Google won't work right. So Brad discovered this and only focused on this one free autopilot traffic source that has gone on to make his digital e-commerce business explode with growth. And listen, we're not gurus, right? We are approachable dudes you can have a drink with at the hotel bar.
That's true.
And Brad worked hard to update the traffic strategies and was prepared when opportunity came knocking for a free traffic source that really worked. He committed, took massive imperfect action, and then he invested in himself and created a massively successful business. And we're going to show you how to do it step by step with nothing held back. Now, who is this for? This is for folks who are tired of burning cash on ads that simply do not work and get you no results. This is for folks who are tired of being overwhelmed with trying to start a successful online business. And this is for folks who are tired of losing sleep worrying about where their next dollar is going to come from, and they want to build a recurring income stream that comes in month after month. This is also for folks who aren't afraid to roll up their sleeves and do whatever it takes. Action takers. We do got an earnings disclaimer. FTC requires us to let you know that even though we're crushing it online, we can't guarantee you're going to make what we're making because our performance does not guarantee your results. We don't know who you are. We're not sitting next to you by your desk. We're not seeing what you're doing. And we definitely don't know what you're capable of executing or how much knowledge and experience you have. I want to make sure everybody understands this and agrees to this because you're going to have to roll up your sleeves and do some work. Everybody understand that? Everybody agree to that? See some yeses. I know Terry's anxious to get going. Way to go, Terry. I love your fortitude, buddy. Ann, Carol, Mary, Mike. Real quick, a little bit about myself in case you don't know who I am. My name is Anthony Ayers. I'm the CEO of Prosperity Publishers, Real Deal Productions, and a real estate company called Luxury Properties. I've generated millions in revenue for my internet business ventures. I've been an entrepreneur for 22 years, internet marketing expert for 15 years, traffic expert for 15 years, and a video marketing expert for 7 years. And I've built and sold several companies and brands and responsible for over $500 million in real estate sales in the course of my real estate career. And I'm dedicated to empowering like-minded entrepreneurs like you achieve their dreams so I can continue to also grow by masterminding with you. And Brad's going to tell you a little bit about himself. And we share this with you not to brag, just so that you all know we're capable entrepreneurs. We're capable of showing you and teaching you the way.
Yeah, exactly. This is just to show you that we know what we're talking about, and we've been around for a while, and all the stuff that we're sharing about ourselves is verifiable. It's it's easy to find out there, but I always feel like I'm reading out my dating profile when I do this. It always sounds so funny. So I'm just going to let you guys read it. But I'll tell you what, I'll give points to whoever can guess the name of the band in the top left corner of my photo here. Who can name the band in the top left corner of my photo? Special points. Nobody. Nobody can guess it. All right, stick around. I'll tell you at the end. How does that sound? Pantera, Terry Young says, nope. Right genre, wrong band. All right, I'll tell you now. It's Slayer. They're one of my favorite bands. I got to meet them this year at a concert. I've been doing this since I've been, doing well again. I've been spending some time going to concerts and meeting and doing the meet and greets with bands where you can go and go backstage. And there's a picture of me and my girlfriend Elaine there backstage at the Metallica concert, and Bret Michaels from Poison, and we're actually going to meet Puddle's Pity Party, the singing clown, next month. So that should be fun. So that's me.
Before we dive in, I want to know who here is tired of being sold new business models by all the gurus. I'm wondering who here is tired about that. I'm just curious. Keith says he is. Terry says he is. Guy says totally freaking frustrated. Terry says yes. Guy says yes. Carol says yes. Ann says yes. Joseph, heck yes. Cindy, me definitely. Juan, me definitely. Jerry, yes. Mary, yeah. Okay, cool. How about this? How about we do this? How about you don't have to start over every time with a new way to make money? Would that be cool? Would it be cool if you didn't have to start over every time you watch a new webinar every time you get a new training course, you got to start over with a new way to make money. Would that be cool? Guy says cool. Top Shelf says Juan. Yes. Terry says I am listening. Guy, like ice, and yes. Carol, yes indeed. Okay, great. Mucho cool, says Donald. All right, so would you rather just work on the business model you already have decided to focus on? Who here has already focused on a business model? I'm curious. And it's okay if you haven't. Give me a 1 if you know what business model you're doing. Give me a 2 if you're still not sure what business model you're doing. This is important.
You've already got an offer you want to promote, or you're building a list or something. You've got something that you're already working on. Is a 1.
Yeah, and this is important because this is what's going to get you to where you need to go for us to understand that. Okay, so Donald's working on e-com and affiliate. Mary says she's got something. Guy's got something. Jerry's not sure yet. Bill knows what he's doing. Terry knows what he's doing. Aiden knows what he's doing. Ann is not sure yet. That's okay if you're not sure. Mike's not sure yet. Joseph knows what he's doing. Juan is not sure. Carol knows. Guy knows. Alan knows. Keith knows. And so, yeah, it looks like we almost got, like, what do you say, Brad? Like almost 50-50 or maybe 60-40?
Seems like more people have something that they've already started or that they've planned out to promote or do. I'd say it's probably about 70-30.
Okay, 70-30. Okay, cool. So who's ready to see like how this works and see how they can use something that's going to help their present business model work? And if you don't have a business model, this is great for you too. Okay? All right, sweet. Looks like everybody's ready. Let's rock and roll. All right. So, Brad, you want to take over because I know this is where you get excited.
Yeah. So most people know now, the reality of marketing online is that content equals traffic. There is no marketing without content. All marketing is content marketing. In fact, Seth Godin said that. All marketing is content marketing. So today, you can't just get by with a banner. You can't just get by with an ad that drives people to your product. You need to actually pre-sell them with content. And so this is a really complicated formula, and I always encourage people to write it down because, there's so much to the equation. Content equals traffic. Write it down, remember it. Content equals traffic. The more content you have, and this works for everybody. So like if you're selling shoes online, I always tell people, have the professional photos of the shoes, but then also have all the amateur photos of the customers wearing the shoes. And the more photos you have of that pair of shoes, the more traffic you'll get to that page because Google will index the images. You can spread the images on Pinterest and on Instagram and all these other cool places. So the more content you have, even if it's just more pictures of your product, the more traffic you're going to get. And I'm going to show you how I've done that, and then I'm going to show you how you can take what I've learned and do it yourself. And so I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit of a story about Vector-Tunes, which is my stock image website. And in 2017, back when I showed you the numbers, right before I had the 5x traffic surge from Pinterest, I had 33,000 images in my catalog. And, I was doing well. I had 6 full-time employees building or drawing cartoons for me, creating new stuff every day. And, we'd update the website every single day. And, it took me 6 years to get to 33,000 images, which it was a long grind. It took a long time to get there. But then, I took a look at my 6 biggest competitors. Shutterstock, they had 236 million images. iStock, they had 80 million images. Adobe Stock has 40 million images. Deposit Photos, 60 million images. 123 royalty free, 90 million images. Big Stock, 71 million images. So here's me with 33,000 images. I'm David going up against these 6 Goliaths with millions and millions of images. My strategy had to change. I literally was stuck in this mode of creating new content all the time, but it was just never enough to keep up with the big players in the business. And these, some of these guys are public companies. Some of them are earning, almost $1 billion a year. I mean, just selling stock images. And I knew that I needed to change. And the funny thing is, so here's the most interesting part about this. All of my competitors, the advantage that I have over my competitors is all 6 of these companies sell the same images. Some of them have a little bit more selection than others, but all 6 of these companies sell the exact same images. I can buy the same cartoon on Shutterstock that I can buy on 123 royalty free. I can buy the same image on iStock that I can get on Deposit Photos. All these guys, there's a core group of about 20-30 million images that they're all selling, and then some of them have their own unique images. Maybe they have some exclusive deals with their contributors, but the majority of the images that they sell are also being sold because the people who create the images, they can't just make their money by listing them on one website. They got to go list them on all the different websites. So my content is unique to me. I don't lease it out to the other stock agencies. These guys, their whole model is borrowing stock images from creators and paying them a royalty when the sale is made. So they're all in the business of duplicate content. And so I realized, if my competitors are beating me with duplicate content, then maybe I can catch up to them by creating derivative content. And so I'm going to show you what that means, okay? Derivative content is essentially where these are 2 of my images, right? I had this image of this street, and I had this image of this guy. These are 2 separate products in my catalog. And so what I did was I had them merged. Derivative content is basically where I take a background and I add an image to it, and now I have a new image. I've taken 2 images, I put them together, now I have a new image. And so derivative content comes in a number of different forms. Now for me, this is the form that it comes in, where I merge one of my full backgrounds with one of my images, and then I wind up with these combinations of images. And so this has allowed me to increase my catalog by millions of images just by taking images that I already had and merging them together into new images that I didn't have before. And so here's another example of derivative content. You've probably seen these kinds of pieces out there where you're on Instagram and you see these cool quotes that people are posting, or you're on Pinterest or you're on Twitter and you see people posting these kinds of quotes, or even Facebook, you see people posting these types of quotes. This is another great example of derivative content where you kind of take, famous quotes that are already out there in the public domain and you add them to, stock images that are out there available for Creative Commons licensing, so anybody can use them, and boom, you've got all these cool new derivative images. So essentially, a derivative image or a derivative piece of content is any content that's derived from an original piece of content. So another example could be, go back to my shoes thing, where if you're selling shoes and you have pictures of people wearing your shoes, that's derivative content that goes with your existing content. So for this example that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you how I use derivative content to drive traffic to my website. And rather than doing it with my own cartoons, because you can't replicate what I've done, I'm going to show you how to do it with public domain content like this, so that you can actually generate your own traffic following this method. And stick with us, we're going to show you how to get all this stuff at the end. But so this is a batch of derivative images. These are just famous quotes, really simple batch of derivative images. What I do is I have my team create these images for me, and then I have them create what I call my magic Excel sheet. I'm going to show you how this works in a second. But essentially, for every image in the batch, there's an entry in the Excel sheet with some information that we use to upload it to WordPress. I'm going to show you how that works. And then when that image quote goes live on my WordPress blog, I use a free platform called IFTTT. It stands for If This Then That. It's like a free platform that you can use to connect your WordPress blog or your website, so that every time a new post goes live on your website, it instantly syndicates it to Facebook, Pinterest, and Tumblr, which is where you get all the traffic from. You can also send it out to Twitter and Blogger and lots of other places, but just for simplicity's sake, we're just going to show you the Pinterest side of this, and you'll get the picture about how all this works. But essentially, in If This Then That, take a screenshot of this page, because this is basically how you would set up. They call them applets in If This Then That. This is how you would set up each of these applets so that they pull images from your blog or from your website and post them to social media for you. But I'm going to show you actually how to do it now. So can you see my Chrome screen, Anthony?
Sure can.
My Pinterest now? Okay. So
before you go, Brad, while you're doing that, is everybody following what Brad is talking about here? I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and everybody understands what Brad is doing. It's really important, right? It's easier for him, like, to show you how he's using this in the real world and giving you context of how he's using it with his website so that you can see that this really works, right? Alan says he thinks he follows and gets it. Terry gets it. It's okay if you don't. Like, now's the time for us to get clear. Dennis wants to know, I have no idea what he is offering. Well, Dennis, instead of worrying about what's for sale, buddy, you should be focusing on the technique and the method that's being used here, because you can use that for yourself, right? So I know that you're in a hurry to find out what's for sale or what's being sold or what we're offering. Really just focus on what's going on here, right? So Brad has covered how he launched his Vector Tunes website using something called derivative images, which is what all the big image companies are doing, right? Big Stock Photo, 123RF, Stock Photo. What's another one, Brad, that's big, that's out there, that's a big competitor of yours? Did I lose you, Brad? I think I lost Brad.
Oh, sorry. Shutterstock, iStock.
Shutterstock, iStock. Exactly. So these companies are all using derivative images to generate. They're selling images, but they're using the images to drive traffic back to their site, right?
Yeah.
And so Brad is doing the same thing. He saw what they were doing, and he's like, okay, well, I need to do the same thing. I need to use derivative images to drive traffic back to my site. And so what we're sharing with you is how to use images, derivative images that are in the public domain. And what public domain means is that you can use something that is available to the public, and you can use it without getting into any kind of trouble or without permission. You can use it on your site, right?
Yeah, there's lots of free stock image sites out there, you know, or Creative Commons type sites that give away, like Unsplash, that give away images and that type of thing. But I'm going to show you how we take the derivative images that we have created by our designers and by our team, and how we import them into WordPress to auto-populate into a new blog. So I'm going to open this. Where am I here? Numbers. Okay, so this is the magic Excel sheet. And basically how it works is you can see that I opened this spreadsheet just a minute ago, and you can see the very first post date is tonight at 7:47 p.m. The next post date is at 7:56 p.m. And if you look, I'm just using a really simple formula in Excel. It's now plus and then an increment number. So in this case, it's plus 0.01, and that gives us, whoops, don't mess with that. What that gives us is, it gives us a 9-minute interval between every single post. Now in this case, I'm going to import 1,000 images into my blog, each one set to post in the future 9 minutes apart from each other. And what's going to happen is your blog's just going to load all these in as scheduled posts. I'm going to show you how that works in a second. And then as these times come to the present, this particular Ron Paul post will go live at 8:39 tonight, that type of thing, okay? And you can see now it's actually updated the time since I've been in here messing around with it, because it's the magic Excel sheet. So the minute you open it, it auto-calculates the current time and gives you everything into the future. And it's just using that really basic Excel formula, now plus, and then you can just play around with the numbers and you'll see the date and time that it changes. It's really, really basic. And then, so I'm just going to export this out as a CSV. And don't worry if some of this is over your head, don't worry, because we're going to get to the finish line really quickly, and you're going to say, wow, that seemed easier than it looked. I'm going to have to rewatch this. So I'm just going to export this out as a CSV. CSV stands for comma separated values. It's just a really universal format for a spreadsheet. So this is a blog that I've set up here. This blog has nothing on it. This is using a basic built-in theme into WordPress. You can see there's nothing found on this blog here. And I've installed a plugin here. It's a free plugin called CSV Importer. If you want to get this, you just have to go into your plugins and search for CSV Importer. It's a free plugin. And I am going to upload the CSV into this plugin. Now, if we look here, if we go to the posts here, I'm going to pop open the posts, and you can see I have no posts found in my blog right now. Now I'm going to import this CSV that I just created into the CSV importer. And it's going to sit here at a blank screen. WordPress plugins aren't fancy. They don't give you status bars or anything like that. But if we go over here to the posts tab and we hit refresh, you'll see I now have 87 scheduled posts in my blog. And actually, this server, I think, is 1 hour behind my computer, so it's auto-published. Some of them are, or it's 1 hour ahead of my computer, I apologize. So it's already published 27 of the 87. If I refresh this now, you're going to see now I have 194 scheduled. This is importing every line in that CSV document is a single post in WordPress. And so this has all been set up in advance for me. Every one of these lines is a new post 9 minutes apart from each other. And if we go back here now and we refresh again, we'll see you're at 319. We'll get to the 1,000 in about a minute or two. But if we go back to the main page here and we go to nothing found and I hit refresh, now you're going to see posts with quotes in them. And you'll see here we actually put the posts, the quote in the text underneath the post, so it looks really cool. And it's just, this blog will update every 9 minutes until it runs out of posts. Okay? So I've imported 1,000 posts into this blog. 27 of them went live the minute I imported them. And then 319 got scheduled. Yet the rest of them are gonna flood in here. Now there's 553 scheduled. So you can see all these posts show up as scheduled. You can go in and edit them, or change them, or edit the theme. Now you can do anything you want in this blog. But by simply importing this this Magic Excel sheet, I have now scheduled 553 posts in WordPress. Now, if I take this same blog, and so I'm on the front page of the blog here, if I copy this URL here and I go to this IFTTT program, I can say I click on RSS feed. This is how we do everything in WordPress is based off what they call an RSS feed. It's just a skeleton of your content. You don't have to understand how it works. You just have to put in the URL of your website /feed. So if you're running WordPress, whatever your blog address is, and then /feed, that's the address to your WordPress feed. And so we're going to create this trigger here in if this, then that. And then we click on the that. So it's basically the this is something new on my blog. And the that is, we're going to go to Pinterest here. So I'm just going to type in pin. And we see Pinterest shows up, and then we say add a new pin to the board. Now you can put in any board name you want here. You can put in quotes or whatever, and you can just leave all this stuff default with Pinterest. And then you just click create action. Okay? And what's going to happen is it's going to create a new applet in IFTTT, so that every 9 minutes, when your blog updates with a new post, it's going to auto post that to Pinterest for you. Okay? So when you auto post it to Pinterest, here's what it looks like. I'm going to go to my Pinterest account here, and I'm going to show you the one that I set up for this. So if you go to the Pinterest account, you'll see all the famous quotes auto post to Pinterest. And you can change the address that these go to. So when you're setting this up in IFTTT, and you can have it go to any link you want. So when someone clicks on the actual quote in Pinterest, you can have it go to any URL you want. All right, so this entry URL here, you can just type in any link you want. And it'll auto post those quote images to Pinterest. But if someone clicks on the images, it'll take them to any link you want them to go to. Okay, so you can leave that as if you left that alone the way that we had it before, which was the entry URL, what will happen is if they click on that, it's going to take them back to the post page for that particular quote. So it'll take them to this page here. And on this page here, you can put ads in the sidebar. You can have a pop-up box here that asks people to join your list. You can do whatever you want with this page. And you're going to get people searching Pinterest for Helen Roland quotes, bachelor quotes, whatever pertains to this image. And then they're going to find this image, and they're going to click on it, and they're going to wind up on your website. So just to recap really basic here, we start out with a spreadsheet, right? The spreadsheet is, just a dump of all your content. Every single image is one new line on the spreadsheet. And then each one of these lines becomes a post in WordPress, future dated based on the time and date of today's date and time. And that's it. It's that simple. Let me go back to the slides here. Anthony?
Whoops, sorry. Yes, my apologies. I had the thing off. Yeah, so what do y'all think about that? Does everybody want to see something really cool before I dive into this whole thing? Here's a brand new site that we started. I'm going to turn it over to me for 1 second, and then I'm going to turn it back over to the slides. Here's a brand new site that we just started. Less than 30 days ago.
You started just a week ago.
Yeah, let me see exactly. Was it 7 days? 7 days. No, I think it was more, let's see, 14 days. Last 14 days. Hold on a second, it's calculating. Okay, yeah, so October 17th is when we initially fired this thing up. October 17, October 18th, and then look at the spike. Boom. 159 visitors.
Can we see your screen? I can't see your screen. Can you guys see Anthony's screen?
Really? Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, they can see it.
Okay, I can't see it. Go ahead. As long as they can see it.
So yeah, this is a brand new site that we started in. It's called QuoteSpoon, and I'll just open it up so y'all can see it. And there's nothing special on the site except for what we're doing with the derivative content. See, here you go. Here's the quote. Here's the thing. Here's the category of all of the folks that we have quotes for. And look at that. That's all it is, right? And we're monetizing it. We got a banner up here. We'll teach you how to write for a living, and that goes to an opt-in page to collect email addresses. Okay? And free report over here goes to the same thing, just a different kind of creative. Right? And if you come back over here, I'll go over to the pages section or the posts section, and you'll see how many posts we have scheduled on this blog coming up. Basically, it was set and forget. Once you upload the posts, you're done. We have 56,013 posts scheduled to go out. So you can see that we're actually doing this, and it's actually working. And this is all free traffic, right? All free traffic. Like, if you were to just, take a calculator and do 200 visitors a day at 30 cents a click, which is the going rate out there for traffic, average, give or take. Some networks are more, some networks are less. That's $60 a day in free traffic times 365 days. That's $21,000 in free traffic. With just the 200 visitors a day we're getting, we're going to be getting more as this takes
you've
on.
Just started here. This is like, you've got very few posts live. Once you actually get, through the amount of content you're posting, these numbers grow exponentially. The more content you have live on your site, the more you're going to get in terms of daily visitors.
Yep. So is everybody excited about that? Because that's pretty cool, right? It truly is.
So Aiden just said, it takes me about an hour to create a meme quoted image. So how can so many be done? So we're going to talk about that in a second, Aiden. Just you wait.
All right, Carol says, this is exciting, but what if we don't have WordPress? That's not a problem, Carol. That really is a minute issue.
WordPress is a free app that runs your website.
It's
so
free.
Everybody has WordPress. If you don't have WordPress, you don't have a business. So we'll show you how to set it up. It's basic. It's free with every single web hosting platform. Setting up WordPress is super easy.
It's a joke.
Okay.
Super easy joke. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn the slides back. Everyone, I hope that excites everybody because what we have here is real. I mean, it's really working. Okay. All right. Brad, I'm going to turn it back over to you, buddy. So, like, there is one big problem, right? And it's a huge problem. And some of you, I recognize some of the names that are here tonight, and I appreciate you being here. Some of you have been around me for a while, and you know, here's one of the big problems that I've discovered, and this is something that I've just recently discovered. And you've heard it from me, and you've heard it from many others that you may have heard this, you may not have heard this, but ideally the concept is a lot of people think that they have a traffic problem. And you may think that you have a traffic problem. Or that you don't have a traffic problem. I'm sorry. A lot of you may think that you don't have a traffic problem. You have an offer problem. Because I have been telling you, and a lot of the other gurus have been telling you, that when you have a good offer, the traffic will come and will readily and easily convert. And so a lot of you, because you think you have an offer problem, you've been searching high and low for the perfect offer, but you haven't succeeded because you don't have the list or the money to buy the traffic to test offers. Does that make sense? So you guys get an offer and you're trying to test the offer and you're trying to spend some money, you run some traffic to the offer, but then you run out of money testing offers.
The easiest way to look at this is if you gave me the choice between having an offer, a really good offer, a really good product, or a website that had a lot of traffic, I would take the website with a lot of traffic any time. Because once you have a lot of traffic, you can test and test and test it. You can try all kinds of different offers. You know, the bigger your list, the more offers you can promote and the more you can test. The more people coming to your website every day, the more offers you can test. You know, sometimes you can have a great offer that just doesn't convert, or you have you can be trying to get people to give them something for free to join your list, but it's just not converting. But if you have traffic, you control your own destiny. When I go to conferences and Anthony and I go to events, the people who have the big lists and have all the traffic are the ones that everybody's trying to wine and dine and get, hey, come to our party. We want, you guys have a lot of traffic. We'd love to do business with you. And, you're in a much more advantageous position when you have all the traffic than having a good offer. The guy with the offer or the girl with the offer is always begging for traffic. The person with the traffic is always, has their choice of offers to promote. Does that make sense?
It's important that y'all understand this. Because that's the real problem, right? The real problem is not having the traffic that you need to test out offers. See, I was wrong. I've been wrong. I've been telling people, you need a good offer. You don't have a traffic problem. When you have a good offer, the traffic problem will solve itself. But if you can't afford to buy the traffic or test out offers, it's never gonna solve itself. Because I've run out of cash before testing offers. In fact, one offer I spent like almost $60,000 testing it in different ways, different traffic platforms, different angles. And I never got my 60 grand back. I would have rather have had all that traffic for free and tested out different offers. Okay. I think we beat a dead horse here with that. I think people get it.
Okay.
So if you were to do the math yourself, right? And you all had an unlimited traffic source, a source that was generating 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 visitors a day, right? And if you could just sell 10 products with that free traffic source at $10 per day, that would be $36,500 per year. Who here could use an extra $36,500 per year? I know I could. Brad, could you use an extra $36,000 a year?
Heck yeah. I could use that all day long. Every time you ask me that question, the answer is always yes. Even if you give me another one now and then ask me tomorrow, the answer will still be yes.
Yeah. I mean, all you got to do is sell $10 products per day, right? So let me ask, who would like to get this done in the next 90 minutes? What we just showed you here, build a site like QuoteSpoon in the next 90 minutes. Susan says yes. Alan says yes. Jerry says yes. Donald says yes. It's a start, Donald says. Ann says yes. Carol, sure. Juan, heck yeah. Guy, yes. Of course, says Terry. Dennis says, I better be quick. I'm going to go to dinner in 15 minutes. Hey, man, if dinner's more important than getting tons of free traffic, by all means, Dennis, go for it, my man. I invite you to go eat your dinner. Joseph says, yes, show me the money. Robert, yes. James, yes. Andrea, yeah. Keith, no doubt. Hickey? Yes. Yes, Dennis, yes. Jerry told you to have a nice dinner, Dennis. Bill says, hell yes. All right, cool. Awesome. We got people who are interested in seeing how to get this done. Scenario 1, do this on your own and lose a bunch of money trying to figure this out. Or scenario 2, scenario 1 still, spend the next 365 days testing and learning and hope you get it right. Spend your year making the same amount of money you made last year. Or scenario 2, get it right in the next 90 minutes by being coached by someone who has successfully done it over and over again with massive results. Skip the massive cash loss, skip the waste of time. Do this on your own over the next, which is better? Do this on your own over the next 365 days testing and learning and hope you get it right? Or is it better to get it right over the next 90 minutes and get coached by someone who has done it before? Obviously, let's do it now, says Alan. I know Dennis is in on wanting to do it now. I'm rooting for you, Dennis. Bill says, hell yes. Jerry says, let's do it now. All right, just a quick recap of everything we learned. Some people have jumped on late. You witnessed how Brad gets over 5 million views per month plus over 500,000 real inbound traffic links to his site. So we can get quality traffic from the search engines, social media platforms, so that now you can do it too. You also discovered a simple way to pump out content people love consuming and sharing without paying a fortune for writers, so you can build a sustainable business that gets traffic, links, and sales without sneaky tricks. And you learned how to automate the entire process with just a few clicks so you don't get bogged down doing all the heavy lifting. And you saw how we did this without fancy software that constantly needs updating. I want a plane like that, by the way. I want to just drive around the tops of cities in a plane like that. Who would like a plane like that? Like a little one-person deal.
I was promised flying cars by this point in our lifetime, and I'm pretty upset that we don't have them yet.
Me too, man. Me too. I love that plane. I want one. Now, remember at the beginning I said, Anthony, you sound crazy, fool. Remember I said that y'all were thinking that because of all the claims we were making? And I know it sounds nuts, but by the end of the workshop, you would be telling me it's crazy, reasonable, and straightforward. So let me ask you, does it sound reasonable and straightforward, what we shared here with you today? Carol says yes. Alex says yes. Richard says yes. Karen says yes. Bill, yes. Keith, yes. Mary, yes. Susan, only if you can explain how to make all those memes. Way to go,
Susan. Wait, Susan.
Way to go. Juan, sure. Robert, yes. Flying cars do exist, but not being mass marketed yet. Cool, Wayne. I didn't know. Something I'll have to check out. All right, so do you want to launch a sustainable autopilot traffic system without burning cash on ads in the next 90 minutes? And I know y'all are going to say yes because this is a no-brainer. So Brad and I want to introduce you to ContentStir.
So ContentStir is 61,101 pre-made famous quote graphics. that you can download right now. It's a 33 gig file, so you're going to need some internet to do that. You can't just go to Starbucks and do it. You're going to need a good connection at home to download this 60,000 quote graphics. Plus, we're going to give you a magic Excel sheet that you can import into your blog. And the way we give you the magic Excel sheet is you get to randomize the order of the quotes so that no one blog is the same. You're going to get coaching and support, and it works out to about 240,000 inbound links to your website. And Anthony already showed you the website that he put up a week ago, and it's getting 200 visitors a day right out of the gate. And this is basically how they work. These quotes are popular. They're easily searched. They're easily found on sites like Pinterest. Pinterest loves quotation content. If you go to Pinterest and you search quotes, you'll be down the rabbit hole for the rest of your life looking at them. That's how many there are. So we're going to give you a prepackaged set of 61,101 famous quote graphics you can use today. You're going to get the magic Excel sheet that I showed you with 61,101 quotes in it. We're going to give you the instructions on how to customize this for you so that when people click on, the other cool thing I didn't show you is, let me just show you this quickly here. When you click on these quotes, you can have these quotes go anywhere you want, right? So if I click on this quote right now, it's going to take me to Vector Tunes because I've chosen this as the website that I want all the traffic to go to. So when you have a whole bunch of quotes on your website, you can have these go to a redirect link where you can test the offers that they go to. You can have them go to an opt-in page where they join your list, or you can have them go straight to your offer like I'm doing. This is a way to drive traffic straight to your offer. So the traffic comes to your quote site, and then it clicks out and it goes to wherever you want it to go. So you own that traffic. You can do whatever you want with it. And we show you how to customize the magic Excel sheet so it does that for you. And Anthony, I'll let you take over.
The Content Store is the only system where you generate sustainable, free autopilot traffic without complicated software or paid ads. The images are meta-optimized images, which means all of the images have optimized text in the images.
I'll show you how. You know what? I'll show you how this works, Anthony. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of how this works. So a meta-optimized image means that in the actual image itself contains the title, which is the name of the author, and a quote and the word quote. It contains a description, which is the actual quote that is inside the image. And so how this works is once you have this downloaded to your hard drive, it might take your computer, an hour or two to index all of this data. But how it works is we can just go up here and we can search for a keyword like success. And boom, we got 1,451 images related to success. We can go in here and type in health. And if anybody wants to give us some search terms to try here, feel free. Or you can search by author. So if I want to find quotes by Bill Murray, I can type in Bill Murray. And I got all 11 quotes by Bill Murray. Or I can type in Tony Robbins. Boom, I got.
Hey, Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about money?
Money.
Yeah.
That's back. 1,421 quotes about money.
Wow.
Zig Ziglar, somebody said. I'll just type in Zig. 41 Zig Ziglar quotes when I type in Zig. Chickens. I don't think chicken's going to bring up. Hey, we got 50 quotes about chickens. What do you think about that? You thought you'd throw me for a. Someone says pain. Let's try pain. That's a good one. You guys read out 584 quotes about pain, Keith. Results. I'm going to type in result. 313 quotes about results. Carol says gift. Yeah,
does everybody understand what this means? What Brad is showing you? He's showing you that these images are embedded with the actual quotes and the keywords, which means Google can read that. Yes. And Google indexes it.
And you can read it, right? So you have it on your hard drive, and you can find, if you just want to make a blog about gifts, you can search the spreadsheet, or you can search the images. And if you want to just do like a whole series about gift, and you can post that all to Instagram, you can just go into here, search for gift, and then select all and just copy these images out to a folder, and you've got all the gift quotes, right? So any term we search for on your hard drive will bring these up. Somebody says Trump. I don't know if Trump's in here. Let's see. Trump. 57 Donald Trump quotes in here. Bob Proctor. That's a good one. Proctor.
Yeah.
Did I spell Proctor right? Yep. Let me try Bob. I don't have any Bob Proctor quotes in there for some reason.
Stumped you.
That's weird. That doesn't seem right. I'm pretty sure there is some, but let's. Nope, nothing from Bob Proctor. That's interesting. Okay, so anybody got another search term they want to try?
He says, "Gee, do I win the prize?"
You do win the prize, Jay. I had no idea. I'm gonna try music. 1,770 quotes about music. We got Obama there. Obama. 386 Barack or Michelle Obama quotes in here. So you get the idea, right? This is meta-optimized data. It's not just images, but it's like a searchable database that's on your hard drive where you can find everything you're looking for in seconds. Okay? Does this have to be connected to from my computer to the internet 24/7 to work? No, and once you've downloaded these images, they're on your hard drive, and this is me searching my internal hard drive. I'm not using the internet to find these images on my hard drive. Okay, so we're going to go back. So you get 61,000 meta-optimized images that we just showed you. You get the magic Excel sheet with all 61,000 entries, 61,101 entries in it, customizable so that you can change it, do whatever you want with it. You know, make like micro blogs out of it. Use all 61,000 to make one big blog, or you can do, something about. You can do a blog about dating. You can do a blog about, pain. You can do a blog about whatever. Apparently, just not about Bob Proctor. And one post becomes 3 social posts. So for every single post, every single quote, so you got 61,101 images on your website. Each one of those gets syndicated to Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr. You can also add Twitter. You can add Blogger. You can add another WordPress blog. You can have this content can be syndicated to a multitude of different places. We're just kind of showing you some of the basics here. So 61,000 quotes times 3 different platforms. It's 180,000 backlinks. Add one more platform, 240,000 backlinks. Add another platform, 300,000 backlinks. You see how this works. So who's the sport? Anthony.
This is for beginners. Listen, if y'all are not technical, Brad is very technical. I am not technical. I actually set up the Quote Spoon website. I'm kind of a technical boob. And what I did was me and my technical boobness decided to create some videos called Soup to Nuts setup. And so I did a soup to nuts setup on how I set up Quote Spoon. So you'll literally see from how I got the domain name and how I built the whole thing to uploading the quotes, to connecting it to IFTTT, to how to get the followers on Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. You'll see the whole thing, soup to nuts. So it's for beginners, which is great. So you can build out the same exact setup that we've done. This is a complete proven system, which is actually taught by Brad and myself, so you don't feel overwhelmed. And you can actually move forward on how to set up a free, sustainable autopilot traffic system without burning cash on ads or creating content. You're going to deploy content that attracts customers the right way, the most cost-effective way, without creating content or spending a fortune on outsources to create the content for you. We're handing you the entire proven content-to traffic system created by a renegade internet marketer for internet marketers who want to be renegades and generate free, sustainable autopilot traffic. There's no upsells, there's no monthly fees, there's no shenanigans. You're going to get everything you need to do exactly as Brad has done, so you can start to get free traffic just a couple of hours from now. So let me break it down for you. You get step-by-step, look-over-the-shoulder video lessons, everything you need so you can successfully crank out a winning traffic campaign using Brad's best traffic business practices revealed directly from a guy who gets millions of eyeballs for free every single month. That's a $1,997 value. You're going to discover how to instantly automate the entire process through our HTML machine hacker method. So you'll never have to lift a finger to generate endless traffic streams to your website. Simply plug and play with just a few clicks of your mouse. It's a $1,997 value. You're going to gain live access to us twice a month, so we can ensure you're doing everything right, launching your autopilot traffic system. That's $7,895 value.
I think it's worth more than that to have access to you guys, just from my personal experience.
Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're going to get the big time content asset bonus package. You're not going to get stuck creating or generating content because we're giving you 61,101 high quality JPEG images with famous popular quotes in dozens of categories. So you can start generating traffic today without any thought. And that's a $15,000 value. And I know you're probably thinking, you know, these numbers sound pretty inflated, Anthony. But we're actually being really, really conservative here, especially when you think about the fact that the Content Stir system runs a clip art website that is absolutely exploding, right? If you look over here, this is the closest we could find on Fiverr was a guy that would do 360 quote posters like we're showing you here today, right? Well, not like the ones we're showing you here today. His are different than ours. It's not the same guy, but he will do 360 quote posters for $100. So if you take $100 and you divide it by 360 posters, that's 27 cents a poster, right? Everybody seeing that? So if I take the 27 cents a poster and I multiply it by the 61, we're giving you 61,101 quote memes. That's the value right there. 16,000.
And there was somebody earlier who said that it takes them an hour to put one of those graphics together on their own. So, you know, it's 61,000 hours of work that you don't have to do.
Yep.
I don't even have 61,000 hours of for anything.
Right. So we're also giving you the rights to these high resolution JPEG images so you can create merchandise for resale like posters, mugs, t-shirts, phone cases. You could create a blog that has these quote images and then people could click the image and it goes to a customized phone case that does print on demand, right? Or it could be a t-shirt of the quote, right? We're giving you access to my best-selling video spin software. So you can take the 60,000 images and create push-button high-quality videos. So you can syndicate to YouTube and 10x your free traffic. That's a $77 value.
Yay, video.
Well, Anthony, don't downplay your software. He's got this piece of software that you basically just show it a folder full of images. So imagine you did a search for something like pain, and you pulled in the 300 images, or you pulled in, you know, all the quotes from Donald Trump, and you wanted to make a video about Donald Trump. You would just load these images into VideoSpin, and it will create a video slideshow from those images to any music, any royalty-free music you add to it, or whatever. You could. There's an unlimited amount of video that you can spin out of these images just by creating slideshows. And so we're giving you that for free too, which is a huge bonus.
Yeah, just to add on that, Brad, and this is something that people need to know about that software. You can make not just one video, but you could tell it to make, if you have the folder of 300 images, you tell it to spit out 50 videos, and each one of those videos will be unique. And that's really powerful. You can put those videos in different places. You won't be posting the same thing everywhere.
Yeah, and they're also keyword optimized.
Yep.
So So to sum it up, you're going to get a step-by-step look over my shoulder doing the soup to nuts and Brad's coaching and training so you can deploy the entire proven contents through autopilot traffic system easily and without making any mistakes, just like Brad does. You're going to get 6 months of access to our live content through autopilot traffic mastermind so we can answer your questions and hold you by the hand. You're going to get the big time success bonus, all the content assets you need to generate endless traffic plus resale rights for monetization through t-shirts, coffee mugs, posters, phone cases, stickers, and more. Now, if you do the math, if all this did in the next 30 days was push you to the top of Google, is it worth it? Yes, of course it is. Right? If all this did in the next 30 days was put you on the path to making an extra $36,000 this year, is it worth it? Yes, of course it's worth it. If all this did in the next 30 days was show you how to increase your online visitors without having to buy any ads or traffic, is it worth it? Yes, of course it's worth it. If all this did in the next 30 days was solve your problem of creating high quality content that you can legally use on social media, is it worth it? Yes, of course it's worth it. So bonus number 1, you get a 20-minute one-on-one call with Brad. That's a $997 value. It's for the first 25 folks that jump on. Here's what Kimberly had to say. If you're lucky enough to get a one-on-one with Brad Goss, don't run. Walk. Run, don't walk. Shit, sorry. Run, don't walk.
If you're lucky enough to get a one-on-one in a bathtub with Brad Goss, run, don't walk.
Definitely run.
30 minutes was worth the price of admission. Bonus number 2. A lot of people want to build email lists with all this traffic. So we figured, you know what? We're going to give you 12 high converting email list building reports that you can edit and give away as your own so that you get leads like crazy. Here's the deal you get today. You get the 61,101 quote posters and the rights to use them. You get access to our closed door secret private mastermind group where you can connect with other members and us. And you get the big time success bonuses. That's a $3,997 value. But you're not going to pay that today. We're going to totally hook you up because you're here, you're taking massive action. And we want people that take action so that we can get more testimonials because this is a new system and y'all are going to be charter members of this new program. It's a 32-day action-based guarantee. If you can't bet on yourself, who can you bet on, right? So if you've implemented everything we recommend and have shown us what you've done so we can help, if after that you're not happy, then let us know and we'll give you back your money. So there's no risk to you. You're essentially placing a no-risk refundable bet on yourself. And if you can't bet on yourself, who can you bet on? The first 25 get the fast action one-on-one call with Brad. So here's the link. I just dropped it in the chat for everybody. Okay. So you want to be one of the first 25 so that you can get the one-on-one with Brad. And I don't know. Hold on a second, Brad. I gotta type it in there, buddy. There you go. Make sure everybody has the link. I dropped it in 2 spots. So want to head on over to bonusrightnow.com/Pat. So imagine where you're going to be in the next 30 days, right, if you take action on this. This is a 32-day action-based money-back guarantee. Let's talk about why this is awesome for you. You can start today and hit the ground running with traffic-generating assets that appeal to everyone in every niche. Another reason why this is awesome for you is you're going to have a secret weapon that would cost everyone else tens of thousands of dollars to create. They'll have to go create. It'll cost them $16,000 for them to go on Fiverr and hire that guy to do those posters. You're not going to pay that. Don't worry, we won't tell them your secret. Another reason why this is awesome is according to New York Times bestselling author Seth Godin, content marketing is the only marketing left.
How cool is it that we're using quotes to sell our quotes?
I was just going to say you should make sure you have a quote of Seth Godin in there. Why this is awesome for you? Content like this engages visitors. Think about this. People love quotes. It makes them feel good. It inspires them to like, share, and tag friends. It evokes an emotion. And then what do after they feel that emotion? They want other people to feel that emotion. So what do? They pay the feeling forward. Another reason why this is awesome for you is this content associates you alongside the famous people mentioned. It gives you authority. Imagine where you'll be once you commit. The real risk is not in investing in yourself right now, having another year go by doing the same thing you're doing, working endless hours, making the same that you're making. Does everybody in here know what luck is? I'm wondering. Who in here knows what luck is? Luck is what happens when preparation and commitment meets opportunity. And guess what? Opportunity is knocking right now, folks. Opportunity is knocking. If y'all want nice stuff, you can have nice stuff. Do you want nice stuff? Do you want to travel? Do you want notoriety? Here's why y'all need to commit. The longer you wait, right? It's a fact. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be in the future. The getting is good now. And free autopilot traffic builds an audience for any business in any niche. Imagine having a 180,000 person email list. Here's why you need to commit. You have 100% complete control of your business and your time. Building your dreams and not working for someone else, spending your time to make them rich. Here's why you need to commit. You'll be in control. You can do what you want, when you want, with who you want, without worrying about losing it all, getting a pink slip without notice when you show up to work one day after commuting for 45 minutes. You can build recurring streams of income all day long that pays you month in and month out. You can make 6 to 7 figures a year selling products online. Content Stir campaigns have compounding income leverage automatically built in, which means as you add more campaigns, you could make more perpetual income while working less and less overtime.
It's the snowball effect.
Exactly.
Which we show with a tropical picture there.
I noticed Carol asked, what did you do to get traffic to the new site? Carol, all that traffic came from Pinterest. So Google will eventually send traffic to it, but it'll take Google a little bit of time to index it. But Pinterest sends traffic immediately. So you start posting content on Pinterest, and it's searchable in the Pinterest. Pinterest is a search engine. So when you start posting content to Pinterest, it immediately starts showing up in people's feeds, and they start clicking on it. So we got the traffic to Anthony when he showed you Quote Spoon. All that traffic came from Pinterest, but as it grows, it'll come from Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Google, all the different sources. We should also mention that we're limiting this to 1,000 users, so we're not selling this, to tens of thousands of people. When we hit 1,000 users, we're going to scrap the content, and we'll probably offer something different, but we're not going to offer the same content to more than 1,000 people. And the other thing I should mention is when you buy this, you can actually create more than one website. So you can create thousands of these websites if you want. We had one guy that bought from us, and he was creating a new website every day, and he's planning to sell them on Flippa. So, you can build these websites out for clients. Like you can do these for if you have a small business client that needs content to be posted on social media. Maybe you're working with a hair salon, you go find all the hair quotes and you build a blog out just for them, or you find someone who's in owns a pharmacy or owns a day spa or any kind of small business in your town where they want content posted to social media. You can sell them this as a service and charge thousands of dollars for it.
We are actually getting a bunch of questions, so I don't know if we want to start answering them now, or do you have some more to talk about here?
We get a little more to go, and then we can do the questions. Yeah. Anthony?
Yeah. We'll talk really quick about our first business online, just so y'all have an idea. We get it. Like, we've struggled because we've dabbled in fads and chased all the shiny objects, jumping from group to group, taking golden nuggets. I mean, how many of you are guilty of that? I'm guilty of going around from Facebook group to Facebook group and getting get rich quick loopholes that never ever really worked out, wasted endless hours and money, breaking our backs, hunched over while watching all the other guru videos, falling asleep at our desk, and doing stuff that wasn't sustainable or realistic. So committing to sustainable free autopilot traffic campaigns changed it all for us. And it could do the same for you if you commit right now.
And I can vouch that this is true. I've watched these guys for the past few years doing this. And it just keeps going. It just keeps on going and going and going. And it's awesome.
Yeah. So this is usually the part where people start asking about duplicate content. Hey, I heard Google doesn't like duplicate content. I heard that, you can't have the same content. But actually, duplicate content is a myth. And I'll tell you why. It's only a problem when you're putting the same content on your own website more than once. If you're duplicating content on your own site, now Google's going to punish you for that. But I'll tell you what, these companies here, my 6 biggest competitors, their entire business is built on duplicate content. Shutterstock, iStock, Adobe Stock, Big Stock, 123 Royalty Free, and Deposit Photos all have millions of the same pieces of content. They're all selling the same images. Look at the revenue numbers. Shutterstock does $602 million in annual revenue. iStock does $5 million in annual revenue. Adobe, $8 billion in annual revenue. 123 Royalty Free, $34.6 million in annual revenue. These guys are in the duplicate content business. I'll tell you who else is in the duplicate content business. CNN, ABC, NBC. Every time the Associated Press puts out a new press release, a new piece of news, every single news agency picks it up and copies it and pastes it right into their website. Duplicate content is not a problem as long as you're not duplicating the content on your own website. If you're posting content that's elsewhere, that you won't get punished by Google for doing that. You'll get punished for Google by posting the same content multiple times on your website.
That's exactly true. I was thinking about the news story angle on that. If you go to Google when something big happens and you search for the city it happened in or whatever, you're going to see those news stories come up right at the top. And I can almost guarantee that you're going to see 3 or 4 that have the exact same headline and the exact same first paragraph that you can view in the preview. It's because
if I go to Google right now and I search for Tony Robbins quote, I'm going to find all the same quotes on all the same websites because there's only so many of them. So the question: do you offer financing? Yes, we do. Check it out on this page. Go to bonusrightnow.com/Pat.
Yeah, so we did another have a question. No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'll get to that. So the other question that we get a lot of is, why are you teaching this and creating competition for yourself, and why don't you keep this all for yourself? So the answer is simple. I'm not in the quote business. I did this as a special offer because Anthony came to me and he was like, hey, all this derivative content you're building, we could sell this stuff. Could you put something together? I don't actually do the quotes myself. Anthony did. He did it as a sample to show you how it works, but I'm in the cartoon business. So I'm not creating derivative content in the quote space. I built this as a product that I can sell you. So I'm teaching you my method, but it would be like saying, well, since you know how to build a website, why are you teaching other people how to build a website? You're just creating competition. Well, no, not really. None of you are in the clip art business. And if you are, then you should reach out to me because we could probably do some joint ventures. But the reality is that there's really no competition for what I do. And so teaching you how to do this, all it does is empowers you to go out and do what I've learned, but blaze your own trail. A good question that comes up a lot is, what if I get stuck on a certain section of the training? Where can I ask questions and get help? So we have a help area. We have a help desk that you can file a ticket with. I've made myself available on Skype. I had one guy who he was in Australia, and he's like, I have a really slow internet connection. And I said, give me your Amazon S3 details or your FTP details, and I will upload these images for you. I have a gigabit connection where I am, so it's really easy for me to upload these images. So even if you have like a speed challenge or like an internet challenge, I'll do the work for you. Like I'll upload all the images for you. I'll do the heavy lifting if that's what it takes to get you to the finish line. So if you get stuck at any point, I'm always here. All the people who have already bought this, we've only sold, I think, about 30 or 40 copies of this so far, but everybody who's bought it so far, anytime they've had an issue, they've been able to reach out to me and hey, Brad, can you take a look at my Excel sheet? I think there's something wrong. Oh yeah, here's what to fix. I fixed it for you. You can always reach out to us for help. We're more than happy to do that. What other software and costs are there on a monthly basis? The only thing you need is a web hosting account and a domain name and WordPress, which is free. How much time do I need to spend per day on Facebook or Pinterest? 0. You can get away with doing this with no time at all. You can actually build this out and just leave it alone. However, the more time you spend on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, all these other platforms, and we show you how to build out those accounts and what to do with the time that you spend so that you can actually increase the traffic. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. The more time you spend on it, the more traffic you're going to get. If you leave it alone, which is what most people end up doing, you're still going to get a bunch of free traffic. If you spend an hour a day on it, you're going to get 3 or 4 times as much traffic as people who do nothing. If you spend 2 hours a day on it, you're going to get 4 or 5 times as much traffic as the people who do nothing. So the more time you spend on it, the more traffic you'll get. But this isn't a lifetime commitment here. We're not telling you got to spend your whole life on Pinterest. That's not how this works. Should I buy a domain name or build a website? If you have one you want to use already, you can start posting this content to that. If you want to buy a new one and build a new one for $12, go for it. What niches do we recommend, or niches as you Americans like to say? This works with everything. This works with health and fitness. This works with personal development. It works with business opportunity, success type stuff. It works with really any product that you want to promote, getting people to join your list. I mean, we've had people buy this who have yoga studios. We've had people buy this who have hair salons. We've had people buy this who just want to drive traffic to their personal development offers. I had a guy who just promotes Tony Robbins seminars. They're like $1,000 tickets, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna use all these to promote Tony Robbins seminars as an affiliate." So there's really, I guess it would be easier to tell you what doesn't work. Like if you sell, clothes for kittens, that might not be a good niche for this. What's the fastest way for me to get started? Go to the URL, place your order, start downloading the content now. So, Pat, you suggested some questions that maybe we didn't cover in the FAQ. Can we hit those?
Yeah, and before we do that, I want to say that what I really love about this method, it's easy to understand, but you can do so many different things with it. That's what's really cool about this. And you get to play with pictures. What's more, it's not like you're doing a bunch of technical stuff. You just get to play with pictures. What you were talking about with the niches there, and note that I'm American and I am saying it the way you like me to say it, Brad. With niches, if you don't think that this will work in the niche you're in, dive into it and see what kind of new niches you can get into because of this opportunity. So that's another way to expand things. So yeah, getting into questions. Let's see. We scrolling through here. We have.
Do you need a Pinterest business account? Joseph says. Yeah, I would suggest getting a Pinterest business account just because they give you more analytics and it's free to set one up. So once you've got the Pinterest account, just tell them you want a business account. They'll ask you to link it to your website, which you'll have. And get the business account because they'll give you more stats. And stats, who doesn't love stats?
Right. We've had a couple of questions. What if you don't use WordPress?
This is built for WordPress. Our Magic Excel sheet is designed for WordPress. So if you're using something other than WordPress, I would suggest building a WordPress blog just for this. It costs nothing to build a WordPress blog, and if you don't know how, don't get overwhelmed by something that you've never done before. We're here to help you. So there's really no reason for you to not do that. Having a WordPress blog will make this easier. So if you're running your blog on another platform, I would say be willing to build a new one on WordPress for the $12 it costs to register a domain to get a few hundred new visitors a day. You can always use that blog to point the traffic back to the non-WordPress blog if you want to do that.
Right. Someone says, is a team needed? Can this not be done by a one-person show?
We just showed you how to do it here in 90 minutes, so you don't need a team. We have a team. The team created the graphics, so you just leveraged our team. You don't need one. You just do this yourself. If you have a VA, you can have that person do 1 or 2 of these sites every single day for you. But if you're doing it yourself, There's no reason why you couldn't do that yourself. 1 site a day, 2 sites a day, easy.
Child labor. Put your kids to work.
Sure. I want to congratulate James Ebert for coming on board. Welcome aboard, James Ebert.
Welcome, James.
Thank you, James.
Who else has joined
Congratulations.
James? Who else is on board? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you're on board.
You know what I think is a no-brainer here for everybody is you're getting $16,000 worth of content.
Yeah.
Or less.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if you've ever looked at stock content websites, you can use these, like you said, on T-shirts, on mugs, on things like that. Go to one of the stock content websites sometime and pull up one image and find out how much the license is for you to be able to use it on goods that you're going to resell. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it'll be one image, one-time use.
Yeah.
So questions, is his magic spreadsheet used here the same one that is an add-on for Google Sheets?
I don't understand the question.
Not sure. That was from Dennis. Dennis, if you can restate the question, go ahead. That would
if you could clarify, that would be great.
Yeah. How did the context get embedded into the images? I think you showed that.
I see what they're asking there.
Yeah.
Let me hit that for a second. So the metadata, image metadata is actually baked into the image when it's created. But you can do this anytime. So if you have an image, just on this is on a Mac, but in Windows you can just go to the Properties panel and actually edit this data. But you can also embed it in a number of different ways. When you take a picture with your phone, it'll embed like the date and time that the camera took the picture, the settings on the camera, sometimes the location if you have GPS enabled. It's all that. It's using that same principle called metadata, where we actually bake this data into the image. So we do all this for you in advance. It's all just baked in as you get it. It's already done for you.
Right, and if you want to do your own pictures to add on to this, he just explained exactly how you do it. You basically just right-click on the image or click on the image and pull up the properties, and you can type that in. But it's all done for you on these. How about Builderall? I guess that would be about the same answer as with WordPress.
Yeah, this you need a WordPress blog to build this, but you could point the WordPress blog to your Builderall site. So WordPress is free, it comes with your hosting. Most people have it built into their hosting. It's the most common content management system on the internet, and it's free. If you've never used it, this is a great opportunity to learn how it works because it's so simple. It's like sending an email. That's how easy it is to post it to WordPress. It's if you're running Builderall or you're running some other platform, be willing to create one of these in WordPress and just point all the traffic to the blog or the site that you have on the other platform.
It's very simple. Coming from someone who's done hundreds and hundreds of WordPress sites, it's very simple.
Joseph said, can you review the different ways to monetize this again? So Joseph, essentially, there's 3 ways to do this. Well, 2 ways to do this. This is my blog here that I just set up. So monetization method number 1 is every single one of these images, you can choose where these clicks go, right? So if I click on this image here, I have it going to Vector Tunes, but you can have it go to a page where they join your list. You can have it go anywhere you want. Number 2 is when they land on this page, when they come in from Pinterest and they come to this page, or they come in from Google, or they come in from anywhere and they come to this page, you could have a light box here, one of those pop-ups that says, hey, get these quotes every day, join my mailing list, or get my free report on, how to better your life, join my mailing list, and you can have them join your list. My number 1 piece of advice is always get people on your list. So I would use this blog to get people to join your mailing list. And then the 3rd way is here in the sidebar of every single one of these posts. Now I just have you're just seeing the WordPress data in there, but if you look, you can put banners in here, right? And if you look at the way Anthony did it, we go to Anthony's Quote Spoon, and you can see he's got a banner up here. He's got his free report banner over here, right? So every one of these, and he's got it set up so if you click on it, it takes you back to his website. But you can also have it set up so that if you click on these images, they take you to your banner URL, and you can change that at any time you want. So you can monetize this with affiliate offers. You don't have to have a product. You can monetize this with your own products, or you can monetize this by getting people to join your list, and then you can mail offers to the people who join your list. That's probably the best way to do it, because now you're building a list, and once you have permission to email people, you can send them all kinds of offers. Whereas when they come to your website, if you present them with an offer and you don't get them on your list and they leave, you never see them again. So the easiest way to do it is to have them join your list when they land on the website.
Had a question, Carol would like to know, did you do anything to promote the new site, SEO optimization? How does that was a question, SEO optimization. How does a new site go from 0 to 60?
So we didn't do anything other than syndicate the content to Pinterest and Facebook and Tumblr and Twitter. So every time one of those posts goes live on your blog, it shows up on Pinterest, it shows up in all the other places. And the thing about Pinterest is a search engine just like Google. People don't see Pinterest as a search engine, but it is, right? So if I go to Pinterest and I search for a famous quote, I'm going to find thousands or millions of quotes, different types of graphics, different layouts, different whatever. Pinterest is a search engine. So if I search for Tony Robbins, Tony Robbins, boom, what do I get? Quotes. If I search for Bill Murray, I'm going to get probably movie quotes, and I'm going to get pictures of Bill Murray, and I'm going to get quotes and quotes and quotes, right? So whatever you search for on Pinterest, like whatever you post to Pinterest becomes searchable in their database and easily found. And Pinterest has millions and millions of users coming to their site every single day looking for stuff like this. There, people who surf Pinterest are, they're killing time. They're decorating their house. They're trying to find inspiration. They're trying to find a recipe or something else. The more content you post on Pinterest, the more traffic you're going to get from that content. So we're not doing any. I mean, SEO is kind of a side effect of this, but it's not the it's not the thing we're pushing for. It's not about. Like I don't like to link build for the sake of link building. I like to traffic build. So everything that I post, like when I post something on Pinterest, it's not for the backlink from Google. And that's a bonus. It's because Pinterest can drive traffic to my website. It's because Facebook can drive traffic to my website. I never post links just for the link's sake. I always create real pieces of content that generate real traffic to my website. And then when Google notices it, they're like, hey, he's got a lot of backlinks. That's just a bonus. That's just gravy.
The content becomes its own SEO, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Carol would like to know, can I download to a Google Drive?
Yeah, you can.
Don't see why not. Do I have to send them out every 9 minutes? Now, I actually answered this because I know that you don't have to, and I said, no, that's not necessary, but good question to ask. Do I need to send them out every 9 minutes?
So no, the fact that we give you this spreadsheet is automatically designed to post every 9 minutes. You import this into your WordPress blog, and it will update every 9 minutes all by itself on autopilot. You don't have to do this yourself. When we say set and forget, we mean set and forget. You upload this to WordPress. It schedules all, like here, let me go back. It schedules every single, see all these scheduled posts? These will go live every 9 minutes until all scheduled posts are updated. So you import 61,101 quotes. Your blog gets updated every 9 minutes for a full year. 365 days, every 9 minutes. It's automatically done for you. And IFTTT takes the content that gets posted to your blog and syndicates it to Pinterest, syndicates it to Facebook, syndicates it to Twitter. You don't have to do any of that yourself. So once you've set it up, you definitely don't have to do the work every 9 minutes. That would be terrible. I would never prescribe you to do something every 9 minutes. You'd be like, you have an alarm going off every 9 minutes. You become Pavlov's dog with a bell. I would never do that to you.
Is it possible to create memes of my own to intersperse? Susan would like to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Not only can you create memes with this stuff, but you can also watermark it, right? So you could take this image and you can put your name or your URL or your website address or whatever you want, your slogan, whatever you want, icon, logo in the bottom corner or top corner or whatever of these images. So you can create your own memes to intertwine into the content. You can watermark the existing ones that we gave you with your own URL, so that if they get shared around in other places, you get the traffic back. You can do anything you want with the stuff.
And people will share this stuff. People love these quotes because it's bite-sized knowledge. It's not something that they have to spend an hour reading. They read that in 5 seconds, and it makes them go, "Oh, wow." It puts, flips a switch in their brain, and they want all their friends to know about this.
Exactly.
I see everyone's turning their webcams on, so I guess I need to share along here. Hello, hello, I'm back. I'll take my glasses off so we don't have the reflection. I'll cover my head so we don't have the reflection. Okay, any other questions here? I think we had, will I be able to copy the way you did it? Of course.
Yeah, we're showing you everything.
That's the whole point.
It's you copy the method, you copy paste the content. We give you all the tools. You don't have to develop anything from scratch. We've developed it all for you.
Right. Let's see here. I think that's about all of the questions there.
Cool. So I see we've got, how many people left here? We've still got 20 people left here.
Yeah.
So out of the 20 of you who are left, there's probably 5 of you who have walked away from your computer and just forgotten that we existed here. So we're still going to wave to you because, hello. But then there's probably like 15 of you who are just sitting there going, I don't know if this is for me, or maybe they just haven't convinced me to buy this. So we're just going to hang around here and chat with each other because we're all friends. And you guys can, if you think of a question, feel free to answer. If you, a lot of people are asking how much it is. We're not going to tell you how much it is. We just want you to go to the page to see how much it is, because we're probably going to be raising the price, maybe even for the replay people. So if you're live and you're watching this, you're probably going to have the best opportunity to get the best price. So we don't want to mention the price because we want to reserve the right to increase it.
Yeah.
So just check out just go to the link. It's not going to force you to buy it. Just go to the link and you can see the price. And if you want it, great. If you don't, that's cool too.
If you click the link, we're gonna reach into your wallet and get it out through the computer. That's what
into your PayPal. I'm reaching into the PayPal account.
We're gonna reach in.
Yeah, I have American. Why do I have American money in my wallet?
Because you reached into someone else's wallet.
I reached into your wallet and I took out your Canadian money because.
So Joseph asked if we could review Anthony's video app again. So that would be Video Spin.
Oh yeah, could we do that?
Video is awesome. Video Spin is awesome.
There's a demo video on Video Spin, Brad, if you want to fire it up.
Okay. Where do I find that? On the internet?
Videospin.com with 2 N's.
So Video Spin will just take your images and create slideshow videos from your images, which means you can make those cool videos you see on Facebook using our quotes. And so here we go. Play.
I think actually this video right here, isn't that you, Anthony, with your father-in-law?
Yeah.
But if you go down, if you scroll down, there's more. While you're going down to that, Susan has said, I'm trying to decide if it's the best place to put my money. I've invested in things before that I just kick myself for now. And we all know that feeling. Definitely. Yeah. What do you say to that?
Look, we're giving you 32 days. So if you decide, you don't have to decide if it's the best place now. Decide between now and 32 days from now if it's the best place. Try it. Like, actually put it into practice before you make that decision. And, if you're not happy, we'll give you your money back. We don't want to hold anybody's feet to the fire and force them to do this if they don't want to do it. We're only going to sell 1,000 copies. And if you decide you want your money back, we're going to tell you to take down the content, and we're going to sell it to somebody else anyway. So we don't lose anything if you want your money back, and you don't lose anything if you get your money back. So try it out, and don't make the decision now. Make the decision when you have some evidence to prove it, because we're willing to back. We put our money where our mouths are. We're going to back this. So that's the best answer I can give you. I can't decide whether or not it's the best thing for you. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's the best thing for you, Susan. I don't know you. I don't know what you're up to. I don't know anything about you besides what you've told us here or asked us here today. So my best advice is try it. You know, it's like anything. You give it a shot. I can go to the Apple store and buy an iPhone and decide it's not for me and take it back. They'll give me my money back. Oh look, there's my girlfriend. Isn't she hot? So,
she's so hot right now.
You can do this and try it. And if it's not for you and you decide that it's not the best place for your money, let us know. And if you decide that it is, we're going to help you through the whole process.
And she also asked, when I get them to my site, I need to create a free giveaway to capture their email. You can do that, or you can say, do you like these quotes? Join my list and get a quote each day. There's so many different ways you can do this. And you guys are even providing stuff that you can use as a giveaway to build those lists.
You can drip these quotes out. You can drip these quotes out to your mailing list. You can send out a new quote every day to your list, or you can use all the mailing list companies have the RSS to email function where you can actually mail them the posts that were coming out of your blog every day and have them get a daily digest of your quote posts. And then once you have them on your list, you can also pepper in offers. Maybe they get an email in the morning on the quotes, and every afternoon you can send them an offer.
Yeah. Now you've got the Video Spin demo up on the screen. If you want, I can actually do a really quick explanation of what people are seeing there, or you can just run the video. It's up to you, because you're going to hear me on the video anyway.
Can you hear it? Can we hear you?
I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to hear the audio because
Okay. Well, why don't I explain what you're seeing on the screen there? That is the actual dashboard of Video Spin. And you can see up at the top, you can pick in the top left, you can pick the number of clips or images you want to have in your project. Then right below it, there we go. Right below that, the number of videos to create. So suppose you have a folder with 300 different images in it, and you wanted to create 25 different videos. You would put how many images you want in each video, like 10 images in each video. You'd put 10 there, and you can type it or you can move the dial. And with the videos to create, how many you want to have. I guess this is running the video. So we wanted to put 7 images per project, and we want to create 9 different videos. You can pick how long the images will be in the video, minimum and maximum duration. And what it does is it does a randomness between the numbers you pick. So that helps make each video unique. And if you're concerned about unique content, that's what you want to do. So we've got, let's see, what did I pick? Between 1 and 8 seconds, 3 and 8 seconds per image. And then we can put in transitions. You can have them fade from picture to picture. You can put different video quality files. It gives you different file sizes. Here's where we're going to go into transitions. You can pick from any of these. And if you pick more than one transition, it's going to do a random transition each time it changes from picture to picture. So one time it'll fade to black, one time it'll dissolve. If you have them slide in or zoom, you can do all of this stuff, and you're just clicking settings. There's nothing, no video skills, no design skills necessary. You can watermark these videos, so you can put an image on there. Suppose you have like your website address. We're going to, I believe this image is a bunch of cameras, so this would be like for a camera store. So we have the camera store link, and we're putting it at the bottom of each image. We're scaling it down a bit. You can make it see-through. You can do so many things with this, and it's just simple settings. And I wish I could remember. I don't have the script that I did on this video, or else I'd just talk through it.
Why can't you memorize your lines?
Oh,
How professional are you?
I'm so dependent on a teleprompter now when I do videos. So we can add an intro video or an intro image and a final video, final image to each one of the videos that this spits out. You can decide whether to show the watermark or not. And we're going out of there. You can give it a list of file names to use, and it will search engine optimize those. That's where it picks the search terms from. I think I'm going to copy. There we are. So here are different Canon cameras, Canon lenses, Canon DSLR. Those are going to be used for the file names for the videos that this spits out. I'm looking at questions real quick while I'm doing this. Just getting to Lifetime Hosting web pages not set up yet. I'm having obstacles. Once I'm up and going, I will have more confidence and assurance that I can start immediately, as long as this is still available at that point. And here we have folder. This is the folder we're going to be saving the videos to. Actually, that's the source. Okay, source and destination. I was distracted by the question. You pick your folder that the pictures are in. You pick a folder where you want to save your videos. You can add music to these. You can do the same thing if you have music files. It will pick random music files and put a different one in each video.
I think we get the idea, Pat. Maybe I'll just jump ahead.
Yeah, jump ahead.
So these are the videos that it's output.
It's already created the videos, and it's named it with each one. And I think it's going to, here's one of the videos that was created. You can see it's got the Watermark website address at the bottom. Just imagine that these are the pictures that come in this package rather than camera pictures. You could put quotes from Tony Robbins and have a whole video full of Tony Robbins quotes with your website address on the bottom of it. And it's just click a couple of buttons, click spin, and it spits them out.
That's it. It's that simple.
One question, okay, this was the person using Lifetime Hosting, and actually I know about Lifetime Hosting since it's Richard's product. And she says, can you help? It's using WordPress on cPanel. This isn't a great place for technical support on stuff like that, but if you go into your cPanel, you're going to find a section for installing software, and WordPress will be on there. It's usually a couple of clicks. And I know Richard does have technical support for Lifetime Hosting, so if you can't get to the right spot or you're not seeing it, just hop in there. I have full confidence that they'll help you with that. It's very quick and easy. Can we put videos on Pinterest?
Yes,
you can.
Question so yeah, if you upload your videos to YouTube, you can put them up on Pinterest and have Pinterest link traffic anywhere you want it to go. So yeah, you basically can just, the number of combinations once you have this content that you can derive from this, making derivative videos, making derivative blogs, you know, the possibilities are limitless when you start to look at creating videos out of these slideshow videos out of these images. The sky's the limit. There's no end to the derivatives you can create.
You can even do an IFTT that every time you upload a video to YouTube, it'll automatically post the video on your WordPress, and then it'll go from your WordPress to your Twitter, to your Tumblr, to your Blogger, to wherever you got IFTT shooting it out.
You can have IFTTT watch your YouTube channel, and every time a video goes live on YouTube, it goes to all the different places, or WordPress. There's so many different ways to trigger it. And we'll show you that stuff. If you're, you know, we do these bi-weekly calls, and people come in with questions all the time and stuff we haven't answered. I'll just jump on the browser and show you how to do it. So what else? Anthony, are you in your office? Is that your office there?
I am. Yeah.
Pretty cool. What do you got back? What do you got going on back there? Show us around.
I got a
bookshelf.
Can I zoom in?
Do you have any toys? What kind of toys do you have in there?
I got lots of toys. I got lots of model cars. I'm a big model car guy. You want me to pull out my favorite model?
Yeah.
I'll pull out my favorite model car.
Show me some toys.
My favorite model car is this one right here.
Anthony and I like the same designer of cars.
It's a yellow Lamborghini Murcielago, and this is the last gift my dad gave me. And I love this car. The doors open up. It's an old school Lambo. They don't make them anymore. It's not the new Aventador, but it's pretty ballsy. I mean, when my dad gave me this for Christmas, I was like super pumped. It was like, I don't know. I love cars, so I got model cars everywhere. I'm a big car guy.
That's cool.
I know you like to collect coins. What's your favorite coin?
It depends what day you ask me. It's usually the ones I just bought. I actually had a bunch delivered today. You want to see some?
Yeah, totally.
Hang on a sec. Hang on one sec. I got to grab them.
I'm a big car guy. Brad loves collecting coins, and he's gotten me hooked on collecting coins. I got some crazy coins. I just don't have them here at the office because I keep them in a safe at home.
Cars, coins, and what do? I do music.
Yes, you love 80s music.
80s music. In fact, look at this. Look what I have on my desktop while Brad's getting that.
Talked about this last week, actually.
Backstage pass for the Lost 80s concert with all of these 80s people here. We've got Wang Chung. We've got, who else is on there? When in Rome. Was it Flock of Seagulls? Animotion. So, yeah, I'm in with those guys, and anytime they come around, we get the backstage and hang out.
Nice.
So that's my deal is music.
Nice.
So these just came today. I just got these today. This is a 2-ounce Unicorn of Scotland silver coin.
Look at that. That's nice.
And then this is the 10-ounce Unicorn of Scotland silver coin. It's huge. 10 ounces.
They just put those in their pocket, eh?
Yeah, you just this is how you spend £10 in the UK.
The vending machines are massive.
This is like a $200 silver coin, and then this is what I just got too. This is the gold version. It's a 1-ounce gold Unicorn of Scotland from the UK, and then I got the Black Bull of Clarence coin from the UK, and then I got the I don't even know how to pronounce this. The Plantagenets. I don't even know what that is, but I just love the cool bird thing. And then I got this one. It's a Canadian 1-ounce gold coin from today. And then I got the 1-ounce platinum coin.
Nice.
Today. So yeah. That's my thing. I don't collect.
You collect something of real value. I've got model cars.
and I collect limited edition posters. That's my other thing. I got these Metallica posters.
Nice.
Show posters.
So who else joined us? I'm curious who else joined us. Let me see here if anyone new has joined us.
Chime in if you joined it.
And if you haven't joined us, tell us why. What's holding you back? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of getting free traffic?
There's still 14 of you left, so we're going to stick it out with you guys because
I've actually got a bonus
reason why you're
to throw in.
Oh, that's throwing a bonus.
I've got a bonus. This is something that is somewhat rare. The next person who joins, now I'm going to have an address to send this to, but they will get this Duran Duran tote bag.
Ooh.
This is a limited edition. This is only for the Duran Duran VIP fan club members got this. Everyone else got the black bag, but we got the white bag. So I will be happy to throw this in for the next person.
That's a hell of a mighty fine of your bonus.
I go all out.
That's good.
You know
Actually,
what?
Whoever
buys the next, I'm going to throw in some keto sticks. I got some
Ooh.
keto sticks here. Whoever goes in next, I'm going to give you all some keto sticks.
Is that what you measure your pool pH with? I don't even
I've
know.
also
I mean,
got-
that's what
said
it
he's-
looks like.
Justin
also
said he
got
stuck around
A spectacular
What's that?
spice grinder.
Oh,
Little
spice
grinder.
for spice.
grinder. Anthony grinds his spices.
I grind my spices at the office here, and this
Here
is
in
where
Canada, we'd call that a cannabis grinder because it's
we call it spice grinders here in the United States. That's what we call
for
them.
tobacco use only.
Well,
grated cheese. It's for grated cheese.
Here in Washington State, we call that a cannabis grinder.
So I'll be throwing one of these in next, and anybody wants that?
still listening to pearls of wisdom, Joseph says. These are pearls of
It's
wisdom.
hard. It's hard. We're running out of pearls without questions. We don't have pearls. It's like your questions are like the grains of sand to create the pearls.
You got some of these over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. These are exciting.
Man.
I have no idea what to air quote for that, but it's kind of funny. Boogie boy.
I got some honey. I got some honey when the throat gets a little coarse. I got some honey going on over here.
I have
a loyalty card here for ice cream cones.
Oh. How many more punches to go?
And it's all filled out. It's ready to go. It's actually this is a free ice cream cone in the making right here.
It's time to get an ice cream. That's what you're doing after the webinar, right?
This is a free ice cream cone. I'm not giving this away because you probably don't have this place where you live, so I'm keeping this. Just so you know,
I have a collectible Donnie Darko Frank the Rabbit.
This is not a bonus.
And this is not getting given away because this is my own personal.
These are not bonuses. We're showing you our personal things now. No bonuses.
Susan says, you guys are nuts.
Yeah, we are nuts, Susan. We really are.
Yeah.
If you can't, you know what my dad used to say? When I say it, it sounds like my dad's dead. My dad's not dead. But he used to say this because he doesn't work anymore. He's retired. He used to say...
Danny Goss. I love Danny Goss. Danny Goss is the man.
Yeah. You guys have both met my dad.
He's awesome.
Danny Goss says, if you can't have fun at work, go home. The problem is I work from home. It means I'm walking in circles when I'm not having any fun. I'm just going in circles. Out the back door, back in the front door, out the back door, back in the front. I try to have fun because I can't leave.
All right, so one person said they can't get on board because they're just tight on the funds. We have financing available.
And PayPal has credit, too. If you're in the U.S., you can get PayPal credit, right?
Yes.
So there's that option. But I get it, Jason. I've been there. You know, we've all been there. It's sometimes you can't buy the asset that you need, but, I get it. My best advice to you is when you get the cash, make sure you're spending it on assets like this and not courses. Like if you're getting assets, it's always a better spend of your money than courses. So when you're back on track,
don't buy model cars.
No,
don't buy model cars.
Now, Anthony, can you verify? Susan says I invested, but I did it for the free ice cream cone card. Can you verify that Susan's on board? Because if she is, she gets the ice cream cone card, and let's not forget, she gets the Duran Duran tote bag.
Come to Toronto, I'll take you for
spice grinder. I'm going to send her the spice grinder and the keto mix. I don't see anything just yet.
I see someone saying they maxed out their PayPal credit. Ouch. Yeah, then definitely don't overextend yourself with this. This is we don't want you to be in a desperate situation. If you're already in one, don't make it worse.
Susan says I did it on PayPal.
Okay.
That sounds like a confession.
Let me see if I can find you, Susan. Give me a second here.
She says it was.
That's funny.
She did it for the tote bag.
Did it all for the tote bag. Who doesn't love Duran Duran?
Hey.
Susan, make sure you give me your address in case I'm not getting it here. Let me check.
Somebody's mentioning that our 3-pay plan is a little steep. Joseph, we're not in the credit business. We're not a bank. So that's why we did it that way. You can get credit through PayPal or through your credit card. You're going to get a way better interest rate than we're going to give you. We're just not in the business of extending credit. We set up a payment plan for people that couldn't afford the full investment up front today, but really that's not our space. So there's lots of other places you can borrow money from, and if you've maxed all of those out, then you probably shouldn't be taking advantage of any credit.
Right.
Are you, Susan, are you Lightspeed Technologies?
No, that is Richard.
Okay.
She says, just got her email confirmation.
Sweet.
Omega Gold?
Susan says, no, but it would be cool if I was Lightspeed. Yeah.
Omega Gold?
Waiting for a reply.
Mm-hmm.
It is either Susan Shearer or I'm not a turkey.
Oh.
Not yet. It hasn't. Maybe it needs some time to process. I'm not seeing it in PayPal. It's weird. And I'm not seeing it in ThriveCard either. Strange.
Technology rears its head.
Yeah, let me jump into ThriveCart really quick here. We got one come through. Omega Gold came through.
She just sent a copy of her.
Oh, here we go. It
Hello?
came through. It came
I'm Not
through.
a Turkey Productions. Awesome. So Susan, yep. I'm a man of my word. You have a
Nice.
Duran Duran limited edition tote bag. I just need to get your address. You can send that privately. If you ask it as a question, no one else will see it, I believe.
Susan, you have a beautiful smile. I have a great picture here of Susan. Susan,
Welcome, Susan.
is 4355, is that your address? Yes.
She says yes. Okay.
Okay.
We're good
So
to go.
I'm going to send you the spice grinder and the keto sticks. And Brad, you're going to send her the ice cream card, right?
No, I told you it's not a bonus. I just showed it to you to show it to you.
Oh, it's not a bonus. Okay, well,
You can't get the free ice cream. It's a Canadian ice cream chain.
I'm going
Anthony.
to send. Yes.
Is your spice grinder
Come to
new
Toronto,
or
I'll buy you
used?
an ice cream.
No, I have brand new ones over here. I have a whole.
Oh,
see, look,
I'm just thinking the
look.
used one might be more valuable than the new one.
I have a whole bunch
Anthony's-
over there. See?
Anthony's starting a Spice Grinder. He's starting a boy band. They sing Spice Girls covers, and he's calling it Spice Grinder.
grinders.
The spice grinders. I will make sure to get these out to you, Susan.
Yeah.
But he spells grinder without an E. It's just Grindr, Spice Grinder.
Isn't that an app?
It's an app for gay dating.
Exactly. Gay
Yeah.
Tinder.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all.
I don't care how you get your spices.
Yeah.
Susan, no, seriously, thank you for coming on board. We really appreciate you, and we're excited
Yeah,
to get
welcome,
you started. And we're also excited to get
Book that coaching call with Brad. He's a good
James
guy.
Ebert going. Yeah, and yeah, Susan, when you log into your
Welcome,
members
James.
area, there's a link. James, when you log into your members area, there's a link to schedule your call with Brad. And some folks last time that were on a call were worried that they were going to get on this call with Brad, and Brad was going to sell them some sort of high-ticket coaching offer. That is not happening. There is no upsells. This is straight
Nothing
up
to sell you.
strategy session to learn how to deploy your content store system. That's what it's all about.
My advice is use the call. You can get support from us anytime you want. So don't use the call for support. Use the call for strategy. Like, okay, Brad, I got the quotes sorted out. Which offer should I promote? This one or this one? Or should I do this or should I do this? Or this is my bigger business strategy. I'm really helpful with that kind of stuff. If you need support, don't use the coaching for that because it's a waste of the resource. Use it to talk strategy. I can help you brainstorm. I can help you distill your idea down into something that's real and tangible. I can help you figure out which offers are best for you to promote, how to get people on your list, all that good stuff. I've had some great calls with some of the people that have bought already. So use the call for strategy. That's how you're going to get the most bang for your buck.
Yep.
Ann says, thanks, guys. Have a great evening. This was very informative. Thanks for being in here, Ann.
Thank you, Ann.
And actually,
Susan
looking at the
says,
clock, I have a volleyball game that I have to get to for our daughter. So I am going to have to bow out.
No worries.
So thank you very much for sharing this. This has been freaking awesome. And
I hope
like
your daughter wins. I hope your daughter wins.
well, it's a team sort of thing. So, if she can single-handedly pull it off, it's awesome. But what I wanted to say is I've watched you guys, especially I've watched Brad, use these graphics in such a weird way to get all this traffic to Vector Tunes. And it's been awesome. And I've done a lot of photography, so I'm familiar with metadata in photo files. And I never in a million years would have put the 2 and 2 together to do this. And that's what has always fascinated me about you, Brad, is you can see all these weird little things that people aren't doing. So
I do see a lot of weird things.
You do. It's all the spice grinders.
Yeah, it's a lot of spice.
All right, so I do have to cut out. Night, guys. Thanks a lot.
Good night.
Bye, Pat.
And everyone who's here, please hang around and join in.
All right. We're here answering your questions all night long until the wee hours of the morning. Anthony and I will be here. No. Just kidding. All right, well, there's still 9 people left on here, so I'm thinking that, some of you have gone to bed and have left your Camtasia running. So, bye. In the morning. And you'll be like, why are they talking about creating a boy band called Spice Grinder? I skipped ahead, but I missed the sales pitch part, and now I just hear they're giving away ice cream. No, we're not giving away ice cream.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
There was no ice cream.
There was no ice cream.
The ice cream was a bait and switch. We promised you ice cream, but we did not deliver.
Thanks, Joseph. I hope to see you on board, buddy.
But I promise you will be able to buy all the ice cream you can eat before you get diabetes. Anyone else? Questions, comments, concerns, complaints? We're here. We'll take them. Won't we, Anthony?
Hi, Brad. How are you?
I'm good. I just dipped into my wallet and pulled out American and Canadian money to show everybody. So I kind of feel like one of those rappers, that shows off his cash stacks, because I have in my hands right now. Look how rich I am. I have. Are you ready? I have $30. Okay. You too can have $30.
And that totals $21 American.
Pat's still here. I thought he was gone.
Just walking out the door.
We can make fun of him. I was going to make fun of him, and now he's still here, and I'm scared.
Well, I've got Camtasia turned on, so I'll find out about it eventually. That's probably nothing I've never heard before. So
there's no replay.
You could probably kill that recording, by the way. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, we need them to see how ridiculous